There's so many tips that I want to talk about, and I just don't really think I have enough time. Hi, and thank you for coming back to my channel. Today I have a good video talking about tips for getting into nursing school. So I know getting into nursing school is very much a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety that you may be going through, but I'm going to give you some tips that work for me, and I was able to get into the nursing school of my dream. Right into the video. To get all A's in all your prerequisites. And that's a little bit of an understatement, because you may try your best to get A's but you don't get A's. Perhaps you might get a B, but in the nursing world, a B or a B plus is not cutting it. If you got anything lower, if you got a B or a C, I would recommend that you take that class over, because you definitely need all A's in order to get into nursing school. Or if you're not getting into nursing school with all A's, then you need to go to a program where it's not very competitive, so that you're able to get into nursing school with the grades that you got. And probably you will have to achieve a very excellent test score on your exams that you have to do. So some prereqs that they do have would be biology, definitely anatomy and physiology 1 and 2. Usually that's like a big thing for nursing school. You have to have A and P. That's what it's called. Some schools may even ask for math, statistics, algebra. So they'll ask for math like that. Some school may even ask for chemistry. So you just have to be notified as to what the prereqs it is that you need to get into your school, and try your best to get all A's in all those classes. And they do have some science classes that come attached with a lab. So you want to be mindful that you get A's in the core class and A's in the lab, because it goes together. So they have it, even though it's separated as in lab and core, they use it as two different grading, I should say. So you want to make sure that you get A's in both of those classes. The next thing you want to do is you want to make sure that, oh, actually, before I get to that topic, let me tell you something. So for your prerequisites, what I did was I actually did all my prereqs at community college. So the reason why I did all my prereqs at a community or a city college is because they're actually cheaper than doing it at another college, which would be maybe a 4-year, or I don't know exactly how it is in the state that you are in, but I know for me, community colleges in the state of New York are way cheaper than it is for doing prereqs in a private school. And it's just a very good deal for you, because when you get into nursing school, you have to think about how you're going to pay for your textbooks. You have to think about getting the supplies that you need. It's so much more for you to think about. So whatever you can do to cut your costs down, I will definitely recommend it for you. So if you know for a fact that you want to do nursing, or if you even want to do any type of medical or any type of health profession that needs those classes as a prerequisite, take those classes at the community college where it's cheaper, and it would not break your pocket. Okay, so now let's get right back into tip number 2. So tip number 2 would be for you to actually figure out what your requirements is for the nursing program. So whatever program you are interested in doing, go to their website and look up what their requirements are. For some school, you'll have a requirement that you have to take an entrance exam. Some other schools, you may have a requirement that you have to write an essay. So you want to know exactly what you're getting into. You want to make sure that if you have to write an essay, that you know exactly what's going to be on the essay. I know for a lot of graduate programs, you have to write an essay in order to get into the school. So you just want to be mindful of what is needed, what format, if you're going to do APA format, or if you need to write a topic about why I love to be a nurse, or why nursing is a profession that I would like to get into. You have to be mindful of all those things. So that is a big tip, to just be mindful of the requirements of the nursing school that you're trying to get into. They have some schools that only admit classes once a year. They have some schools that admit classes twice a year. You want to know exactly what semester you're getting into. Sometimes they only admit in spring, sometimes they admit in spring and summer, sometimes there's no school for the summer. You want to know exactly what type of nursing school program schedule that they have. Now, another thing to be noted is that some schools only take students in the daytime. So if you are a full-time worker and you know you have to be at work Monday through Friday, then you absolutely cannot do that school. Now, if you are a full-time worker and you are interested in going into nursing school, the best option for you would be a school that's on the weekend or a school that's in the evening. So you want to make sure that whatever nursing school you go to, that they fit your schedule, or I should say you fit their schedule, because you're trying to go there. So you want to make sure that you have a schedule down pat and that it's not going to interfere with what you have to do in order to go to work. Or you know, sometimes you have children. You want to be mindful that if you're going to go to work in the daytime, then you go to nursing school in the evening, who's going to be taking care of your children at nighttime? So you want to make sure that you have a qualified person to take care of your child, whether it be a babysitter or a family member. You just want to make sure that your child is in good hands, that you don't have to stress and worry about, oh, like, my goodness, what is Susie doing at home? You don't have to worry about that, because when you start nursing school, it's going to hit you real, you know, it's going to go real fast, basically. And in nursing school, if you can't keep up, you just can't keep up. No one's going to actually hold your hand and try to tell you what to do. I would say all nursing schools, you have to do an entrance exam. So you just need to know what entrance exam you have to do. Some, they're doing the CNET, some is doing the LN, and some is doing Kaplan. There's so many different other, you know, the T's. There's so many different type of exams that is being done for schools. So you want to know which exam is going to be at the school that you're interested in attending. After knowing that, you want to make sure that you research about the exam. And after researching what the exam is about, you want to get at least 1 or 2 study guides, study books that will help you in achieving a good grade on that exam. Now, if you don't pass the exam, that's what's going to make it or break it, because you have to pass the exam in order to get into nursing school. So you just want to make sure that you're scoring at the highest percentile in order to get into the dream nursing school of your choice. If you're tight on cash, it's absolutely okay for you to borrow your study books from a library, for you to go and buy the previous edition, or for you to even borrow a book from your friend who have already been into nursing school, or who's actually thinking about applying at the same time as you. If you borrow a book from your friend, you can always go and make copies of it. You have to think about different ways that you're able to save money and also achieve your goal at the same time. Not everybody will have to do an interview to get into the school, but some schools do have you have an interview with a dean or one of the academics of the school. When you're going for your interview, that you dress professionally. You want to wear a nice button-down shirt. You want to wear slacks. You want to wear a nice skirt that's a nice length. You want to wear not too high of a heel. You want to wear stockings. You want to just dress professionally, that they are taking you seriously because they see that you are taking things seriously. When you go in for your interview, don't go there stressed out. Don't be worried. Have a good breakfast in the morning. Have a good rest at night. And even before, when you go in for your exams, just be mindful of getting a good rest at night, having a good breakfast. Don't stress out. Just to breathe. Pray before you go into your interview. Pray before you go to take your test. And just, you know, just take your time. You would never get in trouble for taking your time at an interview or even taking your time at a test. You're there sitting down with the dean. Think about the way you want to answer the questions before you actually answer them. Way before you get to your interview, you want to do mock interviews at home by yourself. And the way that I prepare for an interview is to just sit down in front of a mirror and just go over the way that I'm going to answer certain questions that is going to be asked of me. So the main questions that many interviewers ask would be, why are you interested in nursing? Why do you want to come to this school? How do you think you're a great candidate for this school? These are like certain questions that they would definitely ask you. So you want to be able to give them a great answer that is actually telling them a little bit more about yourself, because what they see when you go in for any interview is just your resume or your portfolio. Now, when you come into the interview, you have to be able to sell yourself. You have to be able to tell them, okay, my name is Gigi. I have 8 years of nursing experience. I know how to do this, and that. And I am excellent of that. I speak 3 languages. Like, those are things that you have to say. Well, I don't speak 3 languages. I'm just giving you examples, okay? I don't want nobody think I speak 3 languages. I don't. I speak 1 language. English. English. But, you know, these are things you have to say to sell yourself. You want to make yourself sound exciting. You want to be able to let that interviewer know certain things about yourself so that they could remember you. So you always want that to be the goal of any interview that you go on. For you to land your dream nursing school or get into your dream nursing program, what you need to do is be noticed. That's it. So what I mean by being noticed is that you want to make sure that you develop a relationship with that admissions counselor, or a relationship with that advising counselor. And I'm not talking about a personal relationship where you're dating the individual. No, I'm talking about a relationship where they have a good rapport with you and you have a good rapport with them. So you want to be able to call the school up and say, look, listen, my name is Gigi. I'm interested in your program. Please let me know X, Y, and Z. You have to be able to let them know who you are, so that by the time you do call them, when you get to the point that they pick up the phone and they notice or recognize your voice and say, oh, hey, Gigi, how you doing? Oh, hey, Gigi, how's everything with you? Then you know that you'll be able to get all the information that you need to get. Sometimes schools have these certain informational sessions. You want to be able to get invited to them. You want to be able to just know the ins of the school. And the only way you can do that is by developing a good rapport with the people who work there. You know, you want to be able to have that person remember you. Remember what I told you about the interview? You want to say something good, I hope. Nothing crazy, but something good that they know, oh yeah, this person will be a very good candidate for this program. You want to be able to be recognized. So I'm going to stop right there. But remember, thumbs up this video. And don't forget to press that bell, because it's the only way you're going to know when I have some new videos uploaded. So, thank you. And I'll see you next time.